Hey, my name is Lopez Hussein, and I'm coming at you with another video. You know, um, in this video, I want to talk about a few things that I wish I knew before I started working from home. It's a very interesting um, topic because I don't hear many people talking about it. And I think that it's necessary to have some type of dialogue about it because you can save people time, money, and I think that's what it's all about. It's all about solving problems. I think we all should be known as problem solvers. So I think people need to have more dialogue. That way, we won't be headed down the wrong path. So that's why I want to talk about in this video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about in this video is I wish I knew before I got started that there's a lot of frauds in a lot in a lot of professions. When I say fraud, meaning that people aren't who they say they are. They don't represent who they claim to be. So you have to filter your way through, and that really varies depending on what areas of activity you may be involved in, or where the individuals might be working at. So, I one of the biggest things I had to do in the beginning, because no one actually told me this, I learned this through trial and error, is you don't listen to what people say very much. Just pay attention to their actions, the way they move, their work. Maybe they have a portfolio. Maybe they have a track record. That's what you need to observe, and you make your judgments based on that. Because people, for the most part, especially in America, they talk a good game, but for the most part, most people, they can't back it up. But I wish I knew that before I got started. So that's the first thing. There's a lot of fraud, and I wish I knew that before I got started. And the second thing is I wish I knew that you have to test everything. When I say test, meaning that if you're, I guess, if you're trying to promote your services or products or whatever you sell, just because it might have worked with him or her, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work with you. So you have to test everything, whether it's online, offline, whether it's a video. It doesn't matter what it is. Any form of marketing, advertising, even to the clothes you might wear. You have to test everything, because at the end of the day, it's all about results, and everything is dependent on the response that you get. It's all about the response. That's what it's all about. It's all about the response that you get, and in the end, everything is going to be based on your results, because your results is like a scorecard, basically. So I wish I knew that you have to really test everything, because everything doesn't work for everybody. But I didn't know that in the beginning. I didn't have anybody to tell me that in the beginning, because there's a lot of most people have what we call the herd mentality. You know, they follow everybody. They believe everything. Don't do any research. If he's doing it, I'm doing it too. If she's doing it, I'm doing it too. That's a herd mentality. You know, most people don't. They aren't leaders. They just like sheep, as they call it. You know. And the third thing I wish I knew before I got started is you have to be very consistent. There's no there's no day off really. You have to you, you this has to be whatever you do in life. If you really want to live a full life, in my opinion, is whatever you do has to be a lifestyle. You have to incorporate whatever you do within your life. Otherwise, you're probably going to give up. Or it's probably going to be too hard. Or you're going to come up with an excuse to quit. So every day, you have to be doing something that's pushing you forward towards whatever goals, dreams, and aspirations you might have. I'm not saying you gotta work every day, but you have to do something every day that's gonna push you forward. It could be a book, it could be a phone call, it could be a magazine, it could be just talking to people. It doesn't have to be doing what you really doing when you work or working with your customers or clients or whoever it may be. But you have to be very consistent, especially in the beginning, because you're just getting started. So you pretty much have to show and prove, and people are going to be watching you and making sure that you know what you know, and making sure that you can deliver on what you claim to be. So you have to be very consistent, you know. So let's recap. First thing I wish I would have known in the beginning is I wish someone would have told me there were a lot of frauds in this whole big world we call free enterprise, home business. And the second thing I wish I would have known is you have to test everything. Test everything. It doesn't matter what people say. Someone might give you a good idea, but you still got to test it out, because just because it works for them, that doesn't mean it'll work for you. So you have to always incorporate other people's ideas into yours and make it happen and make it work for you. And the third thing I wish I would have known is that I wish I would have known that you have to be consistent in the beginning. And you have to have a lot of dreams, and you have to do something every day to push you forward towards whatever dreams and aspirations you might have. You have to make what you do become a lifestyle. This has to be something that you're very much into, otherwise you find a way to quit like most people do. So those are the three things that I wish I knew before I got started working from home. And by the way, this is just the first of 3 or 4 videos I'm going to be putting out about things that can help you that I didn't know in the beginning, that cost me a lot of money and time that I wasted, until I really met the right people. And, so you live and learn. And that's it. So, if you like what you heard in this video, check out my website, masterpiecewebsites.com. Let's go there. I got some stuff, a little bit of everything, Just check it out, Until next time, my name is Lopez Hussein. Peace and love.